And you are back live with the crew. Got the swabby, we got the captain in the house this morning. Good to see you, Dad. How are you, sir?
Good. Better today. Better today. Been a
When did you
couple of
guys get
weeks.
back?
We got back at about 10 p.m. our Pacific time last night.
Oh,
So
wow.
I started driving somewhere around 5 o'clock in the morning and drove till 10 p.m. at night to get home. Yeah. Yeah, I left. I think we're in New Mexico. No, we were in eastern Arizona, somewhere east of Tucson, and drove home.
It is a nice drive from there, at least. That's good.
Yeah.
That Arizona has got good highway out there.
It does. I'm going to rank my highways.
Yeah.
Let's see. Texas has really good road. Really good road in Texas. It's level, it's straight, and it's wide. What I notice when you're when you're pulling a trailer, you notice wide road. You know, when trucks go by, it doesn't like shake you all over.
Mm-hmm.
So all the Interstate 10, pretty much 10 and 40 are pretty much the same in every state. You know, they have their bad spots here and there, but overall they're really in really good condition. Yeah, it's if I zone out every now and then, it's just because I've just been a road warrior. Literally, we drove almost 7,000 miles.
Yeah.
Over 6 for sure. Last time I chalked it all up. So quite a bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you guys bounce between. I've done all that driving in there too, where you went from like what, Nashville to Georgia to Florida and back out.
Yeah, we went California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana.
Nice.
Am I missing any? No, I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And a few of those we did twice. So I think it was 10 states, something like that. I chalked up, something like that, total. And almost all of them twice. Yeah, except for Florida. We went into Florida and back out of Florida. Incredible trip, really, to be honest. If you weren't just because of what the cargo in which we had, the puppies, it really made the trip a lot like the pig trip you and I took from Louisiana back. It's like a deadheading for the animals. You know, you're trying to.
Yeah.
When they're sleeping or when they're content, you really want to travel. And when they're not, you got to pull over and, you know, pet the puppy and let it run around and poop and all the rest of it. So sometimes you only got a half hour's drive, and sometimes you got 2 or 3 hours drive and you had to pull over. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank, I just want to thank Loves, Truck Stars.
Love me some Loves.
Honest to God, without them, we couldn't have done this trip. They have dog pens that are screened off. You can just drop the puppies in there and they can't run away. Like, what a concept, you know? Really cool. We looked for those. We even started camping in those. Some of them have facilities where you can, you know, get a shower and park your car and your camper. And there's so much to offer. It blows my mind when I go through there and I look at it, because I think, you know, I'm the old guy. So like 20 years ago, 10 years ago even, what did we do without those kind of stops? You know, and it was just a gas station and motel. That's all you had. Fuel and a bed. That's all there was in the middle of nowhere on these highways or interstates. So crazy how it's evolved. And
yeah, it's so cool. That whole drive, there's like, I mean, there's loves everywhere now. I think there's over 200 of them.
yeah.
They're popping up like Cracker Barrels. But yeah, man, love going there. They got enough of a spread. What's the other one, Dad? I've always wanted to go to, but I never came across one. It's like the biggest gas station. They have like the most pumps, but they also got like a killer food thing. It's the little beaver guy. That place.
Chucky's or Chuck? No, not Chucky.
I'll think of it. Think of it in a minute. If anybody knows it in the chat.
Yeah.
What is going on, crew? How are you all this lovely weekend?
Yeah.
We got Bobby G. We got Sammy in the house. T.O., what's up, my brother? Becky.
Bucky's.
We got yeah.
Bucky's. I've been to one before, but I didn't go on this trip. It's just, with puppies, it's a bit, you're not looking for crowds. It's like an amusement park almost. It's crazy. Like even the locals from town hang out there. It's the place to be. And they have cool billboards.
They do.
Yeah. What's that?
They do.
Yeah, they order they're right on the edge of being risque or perverted or really just wrong. That like the adults get the joke, but the kids are like, "Oh wow, that was cool." The little beaver Bucky guy said that. Yeah, be careful. Don't be around the Bucky when he's performing that. It's pretty funny.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, we got everybody in here tonight. We got Nancy, we got Muddy. I saw, wow, Zip. We have a celebrity in the house. We have a few celebrities here.
We do.
We have Bobby, Becky, Claire.
Claire, good to see you.
Claire recently. She and I need to do some more catching up.
Boba, good to have you in the chat. Coming in from Cali. Where you at? Come bug us.
Bubba.
We got our dear sister Melissa in the house. What is up, my friend? I need to send I gotta send Melissa some cash money or a FedEx deal. She made us these really awesome posters for the Vegas show. And it's just gotta go right here. I love the painting. But I don't want the painting. I don't want the painting baking in the sun anymore. It's my favorite of all time. My father happened to have painted
just move it to the side.
Mm-hmm.
I got
a cool Staple Crew poster right there. Yeah.
I have so much stuff to talk about, guys. But you're shooting her money for posters for stuff she's already done, or stuff she's going to continue to do, or what?
Oh no, yeah. The one she made for us for the Thursday night in Vegas. Remember that they were like they were covering up the windows that were between the restaurant and the bar. Dude, they were like the coolest posters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to.
So she sent it to you?
No, I gotta make it happen. I don't want her to have to lift a finger. So throw it in a box, girl.
Okay. I have some opportunities here, guys. Opportunity. I got to wrap my head completely around it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But this one of the reasons why I went to Georgia, is I went to the company that makes these shirts. And it's Scott Sunbrent, Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the full tour of the whole deal. And I want to get this off my mind, off my head, because it's so fresh in my head. These guys found out that local cotton farmers in the area literally ship cotton everywhere in the world at the tune of like really expensive. And then they're only getting like 68 cents a pound for their cotton, which is, you know, dirt cheap. And they have to ship it all over. Well, they have to ship it to mill it, then they have to ship it to dye it, and then they have to ship it to cut it, and then they have to ship it. So like this guy decided, I'm going to make my own t-shirts from my own farmers in my own backyard. So he goes, look, you only get 68 cents. I'm going to give you $1. I'm going to give you $1.10 a pound, because the cost of the price of the cotton is nothing compared to what the shirt costs. It's all labor and cutting and sewing and printing, right? So he's going to almost pretty much forever double the price of what he pays these local farmers to keep them farming, because a lot of these guys can't find it profitable at 68 cents. So he's got his favorite little farms or whatever it might be. On the back is the farm in which the cotton was grown on. Okay. I love this story from word go. I got the tour. It's a plant that closed down in the 20s because it used to be a cotton mill ginning building company back then in the 20s. Well, as we know, that went overseas, went all over the world. Well, to their knowledge, it's the first time in American history that they can think of or heard of that a building is being repurposed exactly for what it was used for 120 years ago. The story of this is like so, like not AI, the opposite of AI. That's like this going back in time, but it's still profitable today to do. It's such an incredible story, great family, and I just want to support everything they do. However, they don't drop ship these shirts. So I have to buy, 50 larges and 50 smalls and, whatever. And I have to send that. What I'm considering, and you don't have the time, Brent, I don't have the time. I'm considering giving the job to one of our listeners. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Somebody who could use maybe not a lot of money a month, maybe some months it might only be $200 in income. Some it might be $1,000 income. How many shirts we sell? I am going to promote these shirts. I have some really cool ideas for designs for these shirts. They are going to be XRP shirts and Bitcoin shirts, but they're going to have things on them that are not just exclusive to crew, but they're going to be fun, cool stuff that Brent and I can brainstorm on and come up with different monthly or quarterly designs that, you may or may want to have. The beauty is grown in America. You know who grew it. You know the farmer who grew it. You know the guy who made it. You knew the guy who dyed it. He makes all of his own dyes. They're natural dyes. He does the whole thing. He saves somewhere around 2,500 miles of shipping. Just putting this in a truck to truck to truck to truck. He's saving all of that road time and fuel by doing it in one building, essentially two buildings, where it's grown and where it's processed or created. Really fun family, and we're going to do a bunch of them in the future. So anyway, that's what this shirt is. Magnolia Loom is their name. And anyway, enough about that. Let's get into what else is going on.
I love that.
What are you working on?
Let's get to Becky here real quick. Hey, crew, I have a prayer request. My daughter is due October 12th. There's no way she can carry the baby full term. We are praying every day that little baby boy can stay in the oven a bit longer. Yes. Prayers are going up.
Yep.
Thank you all for responding to that too.
Little baby boy.
That is going down today. A little bit all day, Becky.
There you go. I'm still working on Christy's husband as well. Anyway, she sent me a long email. This is really cool. I have Um, da, 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 da. Oh, we got Claire. Claire does shirts. Oh, cool. Claire, how was the UK? I know she was over there for a while. Let's see. Muddy. Your prayers, definitely. Thanks.
Let me go ahead, Dad. What do you got?
No, I was gonna get into a lengthy conversation.
Good. Right before that, I think I mentioned this a while back, but I've been using CoinMarketCap for a long time, for years, and the app and the site got like a total redo on it, and it's awesome now. It's awesome. So basically, it's awesome. So basically, you download the app, and you can kind of search whichever, blockchain companies.
Brent, that's your seed phrase at the top there.
Yeah. Go for it. Help yourselves. But anyway, you can set alerts to specific projects. So I have alerts to XRP, and I got XDC, and I got all the ones that I'm either owning or following or trying to track the news on. And they'll give you the dates of when all the releases are. You can set reminders and alerts to that. Like today's was September 11th is going to be the on-chain good morning. The on-chaining for like financial services on XRPL. So big one for that. Ondo's got some a big token release, but it's just fun to be able to get some of that news a little bit ahead of time. And in years past, I don't suggest doing this, not advice, but I was kind of able to look at that, and that's kind of how I was doing day trades. Just depending on what the news was, what was going on with it. But it's a cool thing to look at, because I was really just looking at CoinMarket calendar or CoinMarketCap, and I know my dad loves CoinGecko, but I want to give those guys a shout out and put it on your radar. Was that a dog?
Cool. I'll check. Yeah, it's Jesse boy. I haven't seen him in 2 weeks. We've been having a bit of a love affair the last 24 hours. Yeah, he's my good boy. That's a solid dog right there.
Mm-hmm. That's a fine animal.
Yeah, he's it's a lot of dog. That dog right there. Speaking of dogs, I want to thank everybody that took a puppy into a great home. Every place that I went to, unbelievable, guys. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable, the homes that I went to. I'm going to rate them. How about that? First of all, I went to Nicole and Dave's and their son, Tucker. And Brent, I'll give you a heads up. Tucker is yacht crew, and he's like a mate.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, he's been doing it a few years, and he's really into it. He's trying to get out of it because he misses his family so much, and all that kind of rings a bell.
Been there.
Tucker, Nicole and her husband, Dave, moved to Tennessee, and terrible, I can't remember the town. I don't want to out them anyway, but they have like 40 acres, cool, brand new barn dominium that a local contract. He's not a Mennonite, but he was a man, a builder, built this barn dominium, really cool. Elizabeth and I stayed in it. Just really well done. They took a little puppy girl. I think her name, can't remember what they named her. Oh, they hadn't named that one yet.
Hmm.
Unbelievable place. We had a big bonfire outside. There were some firebugs, light bugs outside. And it was just everything about that first night was amazing. The next day we broke down. I'm pulling a 63-year-old trailer, and the axle broke. The axle didn't break. The leaf spring attached to the axle broke. So it wasn't a car. Our car ran like a Swiss watch the whole way. Everything was great. That was incredible. But the trailer broke down on the side of the road, and we had this perfect little off ramp. We just camped there. When you pull a camper, you just pull over and sleep. Whatever. You'll deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we got that going, fixed it, got it halfway fixed. That was just outside of Nashville. And then we started heading south to get down to see Kenny, who did not take a puppy, but we got to stay and see Kenny's place and his incredible family and his wife, Janet. They have, I want to say again, 50 acres, something like that. And amazing piece of property, and kids everywhere. They have adopted kids everywhere. They're foster parents. She runs a daycare center. She runs 2 different centers, I believe, for mentally challenged people. Just saints, you know what I mean? Just unbelievable people just here and there. And Kenny and his wife Janet, just amazing. None of their kids or grandkids around the house are like their kids, you know what I mean? It's like they're all like adopted kids who became kids, and they have a few, but it was just really amazing to see. Their son-in-law helped me, or he did most of the work. He flipped the axle back. So we got back in the way and got that thing rolling, which was nice. And we got it smoothed out, and that rode like a champ ever since. And that was in northern Florida. And we went down to see Ron and Kat. And Ron and Kat have, a big yard, but it's all front yard and it's all walled in. So they took a puppy, Daisy, a girl, and they have like 2-3 other dogs, but they have all these neighborhood kids. They have a tree fort. Ron and I put this ramp up to the tree fort, like an aluminum with rails, so you can get up there easily now without kind of falling out of the tree fort. Music, yard, it's all covered. It's Florida, so you got the fans blowing on you, and the cooler full of whatever you want to drink is outside. Everything sits outside. You know how it is. In Florida, your front yard is, even though it's grass, can be the parking lot. It can be the front yard. It can be the pool table. It can be out. You just never know. It's all kind of outdoor living. So that was fun. Really cool little chill house. Then we moved. Then we went all the way up back to Kenny's. We wanted to stop and see Solar Sammy. We just couldn't, whatever. It didn't work out. We wanted to see Zip, Dave Zip and his wife. We were going to run into those 2 guys. Sorry, guys. We just kind of deadheaded it because we had to get back to Alabama. And I had to get with a T-shirt company. So I got to meet with a T-shirt company. Then I got to spend the night with Rob Cunningham and his lovely wife. Unbelievable house they live in. That was a mansion. I'm going to call it what it was. It was a complete upscale mansion the guy lives in.
Go, Rob, go.
Yeah, just, top shelf. Probably one of the nicest showers I've ever been in. It was just a really cool house. Set up, he's a Georgia fan. I think he played football at Georgia. Pretty sure he did as a walk-on.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. Just everything about Georgia was awesome. I got to meet Elvis. Then we went to see. We dropped another puppy off there. Oh, Alabama! I almost forgot. Jared. So we stopped and saw him. And he's got a chill little place with his father, fenced in, and we dropped the mail off there. Anyway, all over the place and back again. So we were on our way back from there going to Texas. I was going to meet up with Dan. Couldn't make that happen. I met up with JT. You know who JT is, Brent?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily one of our crypto fans, but definitely was somebody that is very important to Brent and I and Sammy's life, and Simon and a few other people that we're involved with. So I got to meet him at a Cracker Barrel places.
Nice.
Yeah. So kind of real quick, he lives in Austin, and Austin was crazy busy with road traffic. They were rebuilding all the freeways. So we had to get out of there pretty quickly. So just anyway, that's kind of a recap of everybody's place that we went to. Was just over the top. It made me want to come home and really dial my house in. Like I live in a dump compared to all my friends, but it's just kind of it's the vibe around my house is it's Western, you know what I mean? It's dry. It's not green grass and like it is there.
It's a cute little dump. It's a charmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. It really feels like, Western, but like camping. It's got great Sierra's vibes. I miss being at your house so much. Love that place. But man, that's so cool. Like, that was the part I was excited to ask you about, is just who you met, who you linked up with. That's my favorite part of doing those road trips, is like when along the way there's like a friend, and like last time I went over, I picked up my friend in Utah. We drove to St. Louis together, and like just that's the kind of stuff you and I have been talking about doing for a long time, dude. And it's so cool that it's getting in the spot where we can really do it with the channel, and we have all these friends all over the place to go see, and can't wait to get out there and see you guys. Can't wait for January now. Like, you guys are road tripping for 2 weeks. Like, barely even heard from you. I'm like, man, I cannot wait to go on vacation. I can't. I don't think I haven't had a vacation for like 3 years. It's all been these like crypto seminars. And, at least this one's going to be ours, but and a complete love fest, which is
I wouldn't call the last 2 weeks vacation for Elizabeth and I. It was absolute. It was 12 hours. The only day that we didn't drive for 8 to 10 hours minimum was the one day at Cat and Rod's. Other than that, we drove all day, every day. Of like 14 days. We drove like 13 of them. You just couldn't get anywhere because the puppies had to pull over and take a pee, and it was like,
yikes.
It was like doing a trip at 40, what do we figure, 50 miles an hour. Just because you had to stop so many minutes of each hour. It was tough. It was really,
Yeah,
we would stop for 20 minutes, and one of them, all of them would go except for maybe one. And you'd get back in the car, and like 2 exits later, it's like, gotta go. And you're like, great, we just pulled over. It was nerve wracking.
The fastest I ever did it, Dad. I did Central Coast here in Cali. I did here to St. Petersburg in like 3.5 days. Which is like jamming. Like, that was 14-hour days straight, going like 70.
Yeah.
It can be done, but not with puppies and trailers.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like you guys did awesome, man.
We did.
And the crew got
Renegade, by the way, XRP Renegade that's Kenny.
I love you, bro.
That's Kenny right there. That's who I stayed. We stayed at his house twice, on the way down, the way back up. I mean, it just kind of worked out. We wanted to stay with Sammy, but Sammy's was just a little the wrong, like we were going to lose like 2 hours. And it was like, well, he chased 12 already, you know. It's like, why make it 14? We shouldn't have looked at it that way. Like, I'd love to do that same trip like next summer or in another summer or two, but without puppies, like where I could stop and spend some time with everybody, you know.
Dad, we got a cool message here in the chat. So let's do some celebrating here on Monday. Cheryl, happy retirement, my dear. Yes, you've done it. You've graduated the rat race, my dear. Congratulations.
Yes.
Love that.
Oh man, congratulations, girl. So you finally, you know, we're on the rat wheel long enough to where they let you off. Is that what happened? It quit spinning. And you said, "Hey, look, I can get off this thing. Look how cool this is. I don't have to get up tomorrow morning and jump back on the hamster wheel."
She's just got so much XRP in her bag that she's just like, "Oh, it's 289. Okay, I'm good. 289. I'm good.
I'll take 289."
Mm-hmm.
I met some people, by the way, chatted with some people, some phone calls and whatnot, with some people, two in particular that had massive bags of crypto. I was like, "You what? Excuse me, how much? Wait, really? Wow. And you haven't sold that yet? Like, okay, what are you waiting for? Don't wait forever." You know, I know one guy with so much Bitcoin, it blew my mind. I was like, "What? Do you know how much money that is?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know. I don't know why I'm scared. I don't know what to do, Alan. What do I do now?" I'm like, "Yeah, exactly. Get yourself a trust, whatever you do. Get yourself covered before you do anything." Yeah, Jetson, stop this crazy thing. That's it, too. Please. Congrats, Cheryl. I'm so happy for you. Now you get to come work for the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get to help others. What do we got?
Ooh, what do we consider a big bag of XRP?
What do I consider a big bag of XRP? Well, okay. Let's go like this. 10,000 is a nice bag.
Yeah.
25,000. Oh yeah. You're looking really good. Okay. 50,000. You're sort of getting to the point where it's like, you don't need much more than $5 to $10. Okay.
Yeah.
100,000.
It's gonna be a really good year for those folks.
Yeah. 100,000. You're going to do really well even at $5 because you don't have to sell it all. You could just sell 25 of them or something like that, or just put 75,000 of them to work for you, as we're going to talk about. But I would say anybody that has over 100,000 XRP, you have a big bag. That's a big bag. Yeah,
when that thing goes to $10, I'd be out like dancing naked in the rain, you know? Like,
yeah.
Just, okay, I did it.
But like, if you only have 2,000 or 5,000, it doesn't mean you have a small bag. It means you have longer time to wait before it really is game-changing money. That's all it means. Yeah. It doesn't mean you have a small bag. It's a time element. I mean, that's a lot. Think about this, guys. Just think about it. How many people tomorrow can buy 5,000 XRP? We'll call it $3. 15 grand. How many people do you know that could just pull 15 grand out of the bank and buy that?
Like not one out of every 50 people I know, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
or even would. Yeah. So That tells you how big that number is.
Yeah.
To try and duplicate 5,000 XRP coins today is no simple task. Yeah. Yeah. We'll be free in the house. Yeah.
Let's go, Tony. Baller.
I got a really cool story. I'll make it short. So Rob Cunningham and I are sitting down, and we are talking, as you can imagine, 6, maybe 8 straight hours, nonstop. Fully caffeinated, woke up, just started going. Beautiful day. Nobody's bothering us. It's just Rob and I in the room. I wish we had recorded it. It would have been 7 to 8 hours of some of the best content ever. Nice. And Elizabeth walks in the room and goes, "Hey, are you guys going to record any of this?" And we're like, "Oh, yeah, right. We both do shows." Oh, okay.
Forgot I have one of those channel things. Both of us.
Yeah, look, that's right. Mm-hmm. And then so we both sit down on the deck to shoot that video that we shot. And we're like, well, what are we going to talk about? I'm like, I don't know. I got nothing. What do you got? It was pretty good content. It was a pretty cool show, but it was like we had just been spiking for 7 straight hours. And all of a sudden it's like, well, we pushed camera go, and it was like, well, what do you want to talk about now? There's nothing there. Yeah, it was good. He and I'm serious about this. I'm thinking he and I need to do like, I hate to say this, like a weekly show. There's something about he and I together that works. Yeah. I set him up, and he doesn't need a setup, but I set him up well. And yet I know enough about what he's talking about to really get more out of him. And I just think it'd be a great. I just think it would be a good show. I just don't know that he and I can both commit.
Last one you guys did was awesome. Like,
yeah, that one we did.
Yeah, you both brought out things in each other that it was the deep end of the pool. Deep into the pool. Yeah, I'm here for it. Let's get Rob.
There's things about
Rob Cunningham, where are you?
There's things about him that how do I put this? I really respect. There's certain people in this industry and that I really, really respect. And I respect them for different reasons, right? But I respect Rob Cunningham for his principles, who he is, and the man that he is, and what he knows about mankind. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just saying this for any other reason than just go out and say it. He thinks as highly of you all and mankind as I do about you all. And I don't meet people like that very often. Like he and I are in agreements on this one very sound thing. The world is unlimited. There is no such thing as scarcity, and there's not enough love in the world. And those 3 things we know for a fact. Like I live that. I know that for a fact. And he does too. And it's very rare that I can find that in other people. Everybody else sort of questions those 2 things. You know, oh, there might be scarcity, and I don't know if there's enough out there, and I don't know if there's enough for everybody. And I got to grip tighter to make sure I get. No, you don't. You don't need to do that. But anyway, there's another thing too about being that age. He and I are both that age, you know, I think is a lot of it. You know that you've been around the block, and you know the guy's seen a few things, you know. He's done a lot of cool stuff. We have so many great people in our space, though, guys. Oh, by the way, World Be Free. I saw that with Mr. Man, or I listened to it, part of it, most of it.
Yeah, I saved it to watch.
Really
Mr.
What's
Man on Dip and Toe Crypto, everybody. Let's check that out.
By the way, a little birdie told me that he's coming in January.
Oh,
Mr. Man will
Mr.
be
Man
there.
himself?
Yes, sir.
Is he going full Spider-Man? Like the whole?
He's being encouraged.
Because I'll do it too.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want him to feel left out.
No better off. We all wear a Spider-Man mask and he doesn't.
Yeah. That'd be the best photo of all time.
Forgot your mask? What? What's the matter with you? The theory is that he's not going to wear a mask. Okay. Just saying. I don't know. No pressure. Don't hassle him over it. But I'm thinking
might be a good move. And it's like, how do you really know who he is? You don't. You don't. It's even better mask. Because, like, dude walks in and he looks like Spider-Man. That's Mr. Man. Let's follow him back to his hotel room.
Yeah. No,
you go without the mask.
Okay.
Blend in. You morph into the periph.
Yeah. Let me say this about the guy. When he took his mask off, I went, why has dude got mask on? He's a handsome guy, man. I'm just like looking at this cat. I'm going, if I had a face, I wouldn't be wearing a mask. Well, then again, I understand why he wears it because of his job, I guess. Whatever.
Right.
We shouldn't really get into it that way. But
when he pulls off his mask, are women just like, oh,
yeah,
your name's Mr. Man?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
That's kind of what I got from it. Yeah. I was
nice.
I was a
Good
chick.
for him.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, maybe that guy. Yeah. Maybe.
Right on.
Yeah.
What do we know? Hey, Northern, what do we know about rate cuts? Anybody?
Rate cuts?
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming, baby.
They're coming?
This guy's calling for 50. I am.
Do we have a date? I mean, hasn't really gone that way this year, but.
A date for the rate cuts?
Yeah.
It's the 16th, 17th? Yeah, something like that. 16th and 17th. I can't remember. Somewhere in there. And 50 basis points.
Yeah, 17th.
And I'm going to say, oh, yeah, there you go, 17th. And I'm going to say, of course, I've been saying this for a couple of months now. That's when the market's going to turn around, the second week of September, not because of the rate cut. Well, that'll help a lot. But the second week of September till the second week of December looks like boom time. Boom, boom.
Oh, boom.
And then the second half of December, taking some profits, for year-end taxes. Yeah.
Man, how sick is November going to be? Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I think it's going to be I think it's going to be really good. I do.
Oh, my God. Yes.
And what's going on right now with money around the world?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you guys, they're about to print a lot of it. A lot of it. We haven't had any since essentially early 21. And that was 4 years ago, guys. Do the math. I know it seems like yesterday, but that was 4 years ago. And it's okay. First of all, I'm going to say something quite controversial. And I'm not saying it for any other reason than it's factual. Okay? Because a lot of people aren't doing the math. And I've had 2 weeks to just sit and drive and think. That's dangerous when your father thinks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh yeah,
I've came to some massive conclusions that all of us are wrong about money. I'm going to go into this really deep on Thursday night's show. You and I have made this mistake. And I just saw, I know Mr. Man talks about this, and I love the guy. I love how hard he works. He does a ton of research, and God knows he's probably right, but I think he's completely wrong. And I'm not trying to say that he's wrong and I'm right. That's not why I'm saying it that way. What I'm trying to say is this. Everything says what his research is, that's what's probably should happen. But I've come to some conclusions as to why that won't happen the way we all think it will happen. And it goes back to a lot of what I say over the last few years. You and I look at government or money and the way they create money and the way that money is created through the Federal Reserve, through the Treasury, and then the banking system. That's a trinity. They create too much money, according to you and I. According to the way you and I earn money, we pay our bills and we stay level or even, or we get a little surplus, or we get behind a little bit. Mm-hmm. They don't play that game. They only play, we need money, we make more money. We need more money, we make more money. Oh, we don't have enough money, we want to do stuff, we got to make more money. We want a big war, we just make more money. We don't raise taxes, we just make more money. Mm-hmm. Well, what's the consequences to them? Well, they just make more money to pay the interest on the make more money. So there is no consequences to them, mm-hmm. except for inflation. And inflation makes, well, the villagers' really lives more difficult. Mm-hmm. They've taught enough of us to say, well, you got to buy assets. Listen, wake up. If you buy assets, inflation won't crush you. So more and more billionaires, millionaires in the world today than ever before. Why? Because they understand the asset game. If you're going to just continue to print more money and create more money, what is that really doing? It is slowly trickling down to the lower bottom of the world. How do we know that? Because we have less poverty than we have ever had on the planet. Most people don't want to hear that because they want to say, oh, well, there's a big discrepancy between the top and the bottom. True. Very, very, very true. That is a fact. Because the top understands two things. This is where I'm going with this. The top understands, number one, assets. You and I got that figured out. What is number two? Number two is the one thing that Albert Einstein said was the most powerful thing on the planet. That was compounding interest. That's something people can't wrap your head around because it's exponential. So let's backtrack just a little bit. Poverty doesn't have any assets. Middle class has some assets. What does middle class up understand? Assets and compounding interest. Mm-hmm. If you understand those, the top 2/3, we can eliminate poverty through that. I know it's a concept. It's out there. But now I'm going to tell you why we have not printed yet enough money. How is it? So stop and think about this now, guys. How do you have so much money in the world? It's compounding. Mm-hmm. If you're compounding hundreds of trillions of dollars in interest annually, where's that money come from?
Printer.
It's being created from interest. I've got a stack of $1 trillion here, and it's compounding at 5% annually. Where is that money coming from? It's not coming from your labor. It's not coming from work. It's not coming from the profit of a widget. It's not coming from where? It's got to be done what? It must be put into the system. It's got to come from printing. That's the concept and the understanding that I came to. I went, we're looking at this all wrong. We're looking at too much printing is bad. It's just like what you and I and Mikkel talked about at the Vegas show. I was laughing because Mikkel was the only other guy I know of that looks at me and goes, oh, no, we haven't printed enough money yet. I went, exactly. How is it that you and I get that? And other people have said, oh, we've printed so much money, it's just going to collapse the system. No. Because if you're compounding hundreds of billions, if not tens of trillions of dollars, where does the person get the money from? You and I aren't paying that compounding. Nope. How's that trillions of dollars? These are what's called dark pools. These dark pools of money are massive. These are the things that I was talking about. You know what, BOLI, right? I talk about BOLI all the time. BOLI is bank-owned life insurance, BOLI, okay? Bank-owned life insurance makes banks more money than anything else in the planet. In fact, it's somewhere around 500% interest on their money annually. That's right. I said 500% profit to the bank annually. And you say, Alan, that's impossible. They only pay us 1 or 2%. Banks don't make that much money. You're wrong. I'm like, well, okay. What is the most powerful thing in compounding? Uninterrupted. You don't interrupt compounding because then you have to start all over again. How old are these life insurance companies? 300 years. So tens of millions of dollars 300 years ago is how much today? Compounding how much daily? Do you have any idea what those numbers are? Because it's compounding and it's uninterrupted. These people make hundreds of trillions of dollars annually, and they can't put it into the system. They will never be able to collect this money because it's too absurd.
I think that's where the hang up is for most people, Dad, is it being what's being created? Is that really being distributed amongst the whole? Or is it a number on a data sheet on a computer that shows value, either debt or actual, plus value?
That's correct.
Versus like, I think people just feeling and seeing like okay, well, they've printed it. It's not being distributed. And so I'm feeling the effects of inflation because it's hard to catch up. If you're somebody like me who doesn't have a ton of assets yet, working on it, know about it, but still rat racing, trying to get in there. But I love what you're saying because it's like, it needs to happen, and in some circumstances, if it doesn't happen, it's like trying to run an engine without oil. It's not going to go very much farther. So,
no,
this system, you kind of got to do it.
There's so much money owed, okay, to everybody that would have to be paid back. How do you stop that money from existing and we'll just go to XRP, or we're going to go to just Bitcoin, or we're going to go to Stablecoin? it would be impossible. I'm going to tell you right now, it'd be impossible for the system to collapse. And I hear people tell me how it's going to all the time. And I say, okay, so how is it you're going to pay the Japanese National Bank, who borrowed $5 trillion, okay, from the ICB, okay? How are they going to pay that back? And they're like, well, they'll just pay it back. And I go, okay, but what do they need to pay it back with? And the answer is US dollars. They didn't borrow XRP. They didn't borrow Bitcoin. They borrowed US dollars. Therefore, they must pay back in US dollars. So when you pay back the US dollar, does it strengthen the US dollar or weaken it? It strengthens it because it's use. And then the people have to do what when they get paid that $5 trillion loan back? What are they going to do with it? Do they want it just to evaporate and not be worth anything now that the loan's been paid back? No, they want to spend the money that they just obtained. It's what I'm trying to say is recession. Now, this one I'm going to get real controversial. Recession will never happen again.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, whoa, wait a minute, Alan. Not only is recession going to happen, depression's going to happen. I like that. Depression's impossible at this point. Shouldn't say that. The only way that you can have a depression or a recession at this point is unless people stop working, going to work, paying loans, borrowing money, and obtaining money. But let's remember, there's more millionaires and more billionaires than there's ever been percentage-wise in the history of mankind. The reason why 1929 was a crash is because it was 2 millionaires or 10 or 20 of them. That was it. And all those guys had to do is tighten up a little bit, and there was no liquidity in the market. None. There's so much liquidity in the market right now. You've got to try and tell a guy in Bangladesh not to spend his money. Good luck with that. You can't. There's no way. Your neighborhood might feel tight, but all the neighborhoods around. I just traveled across the United States. There is no recession. No, that's a myth. The highways are jam-packed. The gas stations are expensive. Like, I don't know if you guys saw this, but even Texas electricity went up like 5 cents a kilowatt. It went from like 13 to 19, something like that. And I was like, what? I mean, they must have got pitchforks out. That's almost like California prices. I'm like, wow, what happened? Of course, we know it's all going to AI, but yeah, which is all the more reason why, anyway, selling Sammy's product. If you don't have solar now and you live somewhere sunny, like in the middle of Texas, man, I don't know what you guys are thinking. It's really not that complicated. Put some panels on your roof and just call it a day. But but
get the lemonade out.
I got sidetracked. I want to talk about people. This is something that the federal now I'm going to get political. Trump wants to get rid of the Federal Reserve because we don't need them anymore. They're not necessary because we have stablecoins. We also have, now this is going to have to be Thursday night show because this is going to be way too long to get into. What's about to happen with stablecoins is about to blow people around the world's minds. It's already starting to happen. I don't know if you guys saw the report with Google. Was it Strike and Google got together and created absolutely the fastest blockchain transactionally. I was just like, what kind of numbers? They haven't tokenized it yet, and they may never. They may just use it. But if you combine that Listen to this one, guys. If you combine that speed and that use case with, let's say, like any kind of market or any kind of network, such as like a Facebook, I don't know, YouTube or X or Facebook, sort of like Facebook wanted to do like 4 or 5 years ago when that Libra coin or whatever they wanted to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't let them do it. Well, now they can do that. Like legally, you can do that with a stable coin. If a company, say the size of like Facebook, hooks up with that coin, that product that Google just created, they can distribute money. Like, they will absolutely eliminate banking within a month. That's what I said. They could eliminate banking because everybody has a Facebook account. Transactionally, you can just get a wallet and transact anywhere in the world using Strike. And all you need to do is say that you already have that. This is who I am on Facebook. It's a Facebook person to Facebook person with your own wallet with Strike. And I mean, it's just going to be absolutely fast. And it's going to be Facebook money. And then it's going to be Google money. And then it's going to be Walmart money. And then it's going to be, Staple Crew money. And then there's going to be tens of thousands of them.
They're partnering with CME Group. It's called a Google Cloud Universal Ledger.
And it's ridiculously fast. Yeah.
Sweet.
And Hoofty nailed it. That is what I'm talking about. Thursday night.
Yeah.
It's time for you to pick the winners and hang on to them. Yeah. Because what's about to happen, it's going to take 5 to 10 years, but money will be anything you want it to be. There'll still be dollars, like I was talking about. You still have to have that.
Right.
You have to have something to base what's the level of my token coupon worth. Mm-hmm. It's almost just like store coupons is what we're going to. And let's remember what the 1800s were. I mean, I think in America alone, there was almost, don't quote me, 5 to 10,000 currencies in America alone in the 1800s. We're going back to that. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold on to the good stuff. I loved your point about recession, Dad, because it is yeah, I mean it's strange to think of it that way. But it's good because it's like people like us who, want home land ownership. We want to hold our crypto. Now, like to your point, Dad, if there's a greater distribution of wealth, just in general, why would we go back to that thinking of like, say like 2010, you owned $1 million home, you took out, I don't know how much of a loan that is. Depends where you're at, but that the value of your home dropped off the face of the map, right? Everybody's did, right? Around the neighborhood. But as a collective, why would we go and try to sell it when most people are either underwater with it, or like, let's just say in the case of crypto, where it's like, oh, okay, well, we see this, we're coming into this bull and it's going to correct, but here's the history, here's the numbers, yada, yada. We can kind of go off that. Why would you sell all of it back down here in the trough and not just hang on to it like people like my old man did for the last like long time. You know, it's like that kind of hold on to it, have the winner, you know, have your home, have the you know, the tokens and the coins that are actually going to have use case, you know, in the world that are like patented and written into bills, and you know, they're trying to recreate the trade system of the world on it. It's like things like that are what I want to have. I don't. It's even. I'm getting to the point finally, responsibly with money, Dad, where it's like I can't afford to not make those decisions. Like to panic or to sell too soon or to just not doing that anymore. I'm just gonna save it, man, and I'm just gonna buy what I think is actually gonna be really valuable. Even the home run ball, even the lottery ticket, it's like, is that really going to be around in 10 years? Am I really going to win the lottery today? That feels a little stressful to me.
Yeah.
I'd rather be wiser and do it the way that people are really going to be able to do it, especially like when you have a group like this. It's like, no, dude, like, don't panic. Like, this isn't going to be the last cycle. Like, to your point, this isn't going to be the last money print.
No.
So,
but okay,
we're just getting on the ride, baby.
Let me go big time macro with everybody here now. Not that I haven't already, but I'm going to go even bigger time for you. Okay. So what's expensive in Brent's life? Transportation, food, and housing.
Yeah.
Those three things. Those are the three things that if you want to continue power and reign over and a stabilized economy and a peaceful nation state or planet, you have to figure those three out. Okay? People have to be able to travel, they have to be able to feed their families, and they need shelter. All three of those are completely achievable with AI and robotics. Period. Done. All of that will go down in price. And how do I know that? Because it's coming. It's not, you can't stop it. I know there's a lot of people paranoid about it, but it's happening. But if it's applied to the right places in the expense and the creation of food and the expense and creation of housing, and what you and I already know about crypto is about to make housing cheaper. And now this is a 2-hour show, so I shouldn't even touch on this right now. But when you decentralize money and you create a freedom of it, and when you create coin and money, and I believe this is worth of value, it doesn't matter what you think of, Cardano coin. We believe Cardano coin is worth this, and I'll trade this much, and I'll buy a house with it. Okay, and there's thousands of those, and there's less and less and less central banking control over what we deem valuable, because 100 years ago, 200 years ago in this country, we deemed thousands of currencies and thousands of labor and things that we bartered of value. The central banking system came in and they said, nope, we cannot allow them to believe all this stuff. We've got to fix, now I'm going to get controversial, we got to fix all of these home remedies that fix the flu. They've got to go see a doctor. That happened in 1910. They've got to go see a bank for anything to do with money. That happened in 1913. Not a coincidence, guys. Total control of money, science, health, insurance, all of that happened in like a 10 to 15 year span. And they took control of money. And the control of value of anything is completely subjective.
Yeah.
What do you think is valuable? But you think stuff is different of value than your father does.
Oh yeah.
We can't. There's like no way, like we can't all value the same things. Well, you have to value fiat. No, we don't. And
no, we don't.
And we don't. And that stinky old bank system that has controlled the world is losing momentum. Doesn't mean the currency is going away. It means that, oh, why does my paycheck automatically go into a banker's hands? That's fishy. Nobody sits down and even thinks about that. Well, just do direct deposit. It's cheaper for you. Yeah, great. Why not direct deposit into XRP or Bitcoin or whatever your coin of choice is, or whatever the stable coin may be? That is the power to the people. That's why crypto was created. This is decentralizing the value of money. And we're doing it what we deem to be correct. Some people are going to think it's one coin. Some people are going to think it's a different coin. And some people are just going to think it's stable coins is more important than even having a coin. Okay. And that's coming. And the banking system is trying to get involved. Yeah. And it's not. It's not. They're not going to succeed because their rules of banking require Alan and Brent to forget everything we've learned in the free decentralized crypto world.
Yes.
And we can't do that. I can't go back.
No.
Yeah.
That's really totally. That was my point too. I can't go back now and just sit on the rat wheel and try to earn dollars.
Yeah. No, that's right.
I want to earn dollars, but how I evaluate other things that I'd like to trade with, that I'd like to have as an asset, that I'd like, it's just so much bigger. There's so many, it's so cool to be a part of this group because, for 4 years, it's like, there's just so many more things and so many more options. And like when I first really got going on studying blockchain, my dad told me to watch Mike Maloney. Mike Maloney's got a big series. I'm sure you all have watched it about how money works.
Yeah.
And you learn so many different angles about it, but at the end, I kind of feel like what you said, Dad. It's just like you said it really good like 20 minutes ago, man. It's like someday there's just going to be all these different options. How do you want to trade? How do you want to do this on your phone? Okay, you want to do that? No problem. And yeah, a lot of people like us who want greater wealth for ourselves and our friends, we've looked at this market for now a long time. And it's like, dude, if you bought XRP, you made 500% on your money this year. Whatever you put into that, it's 500%. I like that better than the fiat.
Yeah.
I know enough about fiat now. That idea is harder for me to process and make a reality in my head, even though it's all just up here. It's all just, our idea of it, right?
Yeah.
What we're willing to trade for this or that.
That's right. My goat for your 2 chickens, whatever. And here's the thing. Here's the beauty of what we already know about crypto, right? That's why they came after Uniswap. That's why they came after Sushi Swap and the atomic swaps. What is an atomic swap? Your coin for my coin, value to value. Boom. What is the market price? Okay. It doesn't mean we can't do business. You're Mr. Cardano, I'm Mr. XRP. There's a market that'll switch that for us at proper valuations. But I believe that my XRP is going to go up more than your Cardano. So I'm going to hold my level of my net worth, a percentage in that coin. But the point of the matter is it's not going to be held in dollars because cash is trash. And this is what the middle class up figured out. This is also what crypto people are figuring out. And this is what the gold bugs have figured out. This, we understand, you got to get out of cash. You got to get out of that. And it's costing you. Doesn't matter what you get in, provided it has a network growth effect. So find which network has value. Are there more members coming into it? That's all you need to know. That's it. It doesn't matter, oh, my tech's faster, I have better coins, I have this, mine's shinier, mine looks cooler, mine has a cooler forum, mine has whatever, in a better chat room or whatever. I guess we don't call them forum anymore, but I miss forums. But like we, if you don't have a growth in your coin group and you're on the decline, you're in trouble. You might want to find a different coin or a different group and put some in a different group. Yeah, everybody's into quant this morning. Yeah, people are into quant. I don't know.
I want to get back into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any quant. I looked into it a few years ago. I like it. I like what they're up to. No, I don't have any of it. Doesn't mean I wish I didn't.
Yeah, sorry guys, we missed that super chat. We were kind of running. Don't give us your money.
Don't give us super chats, guys.
And if we don't click on it, I don't think it processes. But we're going back and we're clicking on it. Oh yeah, Quant Love.
Yeah.
What are the thoughts? Great family. Yeah, I want to dig back into quant. I wish my brain worked a little better and I could just hold on to all of my data dossiers inside of my brain of what everything, exactly what it does. It is the part I get excited about. So I'll look it up. We'll talk about it soon.
Now, quant does everything.
Yeah.
Really well. Yeah. It's kind of like the Ethereum killer. That's what it is. It's the platform that could, in a perfect world, everything would run on quant. Is it going to go that way? No. I mean, nothing ever does. That's why 4 years ago when I started this channel, everyone's like, well, don't you believe the whole money system is going to run on XRP? I said, no. They're like, what? Wow. I can't believe you just said that. I'm like, that's impossible, right?
Yeah.
The world doesn't run just on US dollars.
Right.
What, 180 currencies or whatever there is now. Like, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, nothing's ever going to be absolute. Yeah.
And I personally don't want anything to be absolute, especially with money.
Well, that's right.
That's where you get back into the government took control of it over the course of 15 years. And then you're thinking in like, why isn't like Uniswap and Atomic Swap and all those things allowed to survive and thrive?
Well, yeah.
They're making it just us and not them. Then they can't have oversight of it. They can't tax it. They can't do all these other things. And that doesn't sit well with them.
Yeah, it doesn't. And it's going to be
one of those fools, Dad, but I would way rather put my faith and trust into the people of this world and turn it all over into that. Crush the Federal Reserve. Get rid of it. That's just a start. That's just a starting of the clearinghouse that hopefully things like this will help it naturally evolve. People learning to trade what they want for what they want and having the tools to be able to do it all across the world. That's big, man.
No, it is.
That's
Yeah.
How do you make a change like that with anything else? I don't.
I'm
blown away what this stuff does.
Yeah, I want to address this question right here. Blockchain backer believes that the market's coming to an end here. Oh no, cycle top. Yeah. Okay. I've been addressing this for a couple of months and I'm wrong a lot. So let's just go with that. Let's start with this. This is not financial advice, and I'm probably wrong in what I'm about to say, but this is the way I see this playing out. This liquidity that they're just coming to, this new liquidity cycle, which is being acknowledged that Jay Powell is late on. He's clearly late on. It's very obvious. I don't know whether it's political or not. I don't really care. Bottom line is, if you're trying to employ people, and that is his job, to keep inflation down, he has to free up some money. It doesn't on a bond. I don't want to get too technical in the bonds. On a bond structure status, it makes no sense what they're doing right now, which is selling their assets, which is QT, quantitative tightening. Okay. That makes no sense right now. It doesn't make sense to this man. It hasn't for a year. If you're trying to employ people, that's not how you do it. You don't tell me that it's going to create inflation when, okay, would you rather have a little inflation or lose your job? I mean, that's not good math any way you look at it, okay? More employed people creates more inflation. This is true. I get that. So where I'm going with the cycle, I think somewhere in the next week, maybe 2, maximum 3, we're going to see it turn around. And I think it's going to go up for the rest of the year. I think it'll pull back in December, only for profit taking for year end. Do I think that's the end of this bull? No, I do not, because I think this bull started late. Now, if Bitcoin shoots to 250 by December, then I would say, yeah, we got to have a massive pullback, and then we could have pretty much a bear market coming quicker. Those exponential fast moves create that psychology in the market. Oh, it's gone too much, too fast, so I'm going to take profit. People start taking profit, it stair steps down, and then people aren't getting back in. They're thinking, oh, well, this isn't low enough. I'm going to buy it at 110 instead of 125. And I'll buy it at 90, and then I'll buy it at 75. And that creates your bear market for a couple of years. All of that to say this cycle has just started. I'm talking the money liquidity cycle, the business cycle. That has just now begun. And when you add the efficiency of AI to these businesses' bottom line, you're talking about a profitable period of time coming up right now. Our economy, as low as the labor numbers are, have all the opportunity in the world to hire more people over the next year or two. And I know AI and bots are coming. I get all that. But what I'm talking about is we've been declining as far as labor goes. We're all going to want to go back to taking vacations, screwing off and going to dinners and going to and playing and spending the money we've hard earned. Mm-hmm. We want that boom again. And that's coming. And it won't be a 3-month boom. It's not going to be just between now and January. So this man's opinion, I think that we're going to see an economic boom go at least a year from now. Now, again, I'm wrong a lot. Mm-hmm. But I'm also the guy, the last 2 to 3 years have been, everybody's been telling me how the market's going to crash. we're in doomsday. Everything's a problem. Oh, you're wrong, Alan. The whole thing's going to go belly up. We borrow too much money. Have you seen the debt? Have you seen deficit? Have you seen all this stuff? No, we're in for big trouble. Greatest economist in the world keeps telling me that. Warren Buffett went straight to cash 2 years ago. Everybody, what's his name from Braun or what, Dr. Braun or whatever the guy's name was that shorted for the real estate thing in 2008, made it celebrity out of. He's been shorting the market for 2.5 years and he's going broke, is what I'm telling you right now. That guy's been, what's the guy's name? Barn or Braun. Something. What's that?
Mark Baum was the he was the other one. He was like the JP Morgan guy that was shorting him. Then there was the other guy who did he wrote the books. The drummer.
Yeah. If they keep saying that it's gonna, we should have crashed 5 times already. Yeah. And it's not, and it hasn't. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, his name was Bucky's.
That's it. Right. The chipmunk looking dude.
Love that. Love it, Hector.
I got it. Yeah. Cardone.
Are there going to be multiple cuts, Dad? I'm seeing that in the chat a lot.
Yes. We're getting back to free money. Look, okay. Man, I could go on this one for an hour. I'll make it short. If there's no value in owning money, how can you charge people to use it? It's math, okay? Like it doesn't make any damn sense. So if your money is a burden to hold, that means you have to borrow, you have to loan a ton of it to make anything, right? To make anything. So, yes. Right. So what they have to do now is they have to get the price of money down to zip, not a nothing, so that we can actually start building more homes than we need. We can start building all these things. Nobody's selling their homes because they have a 3% interest rate. And if they sold their home, they'd have to get a 7% interest rate. Like, why would they do that? They're not going to do that. So
don't do that.
Yeah. So when the FUD director came out, FUD, no, not FUD. Yeah, it is FUD. HUD. Sorry, HUD.
HUD.
Yeah, housing and urban development. Okay. Mm-hmm. He came out last week and Scott Bessent came out and said, hey, we're going to have to do something about this. We're going to have to promote buying and selling real estate. Like, we got to do something. It's a, what they call it, strategic move or whatever. I forgot what they call it. Anyway, they want to do something with it. Yeah. So I think what they're going to do is say, oh, okay, well, if you do a Fannie Mae or Freddie, you can get a 2% loan or a 3% loan because the government's going to go ahead and loan you this. That would trigger a real estate boom market. But they have to do something because 6.5%, 7% interest, people just aren't going to pay that for a home loan. And or you can assume the person's loan before. In other words, I'm selling my home and I got a 3-year 30. Why don't you just take my 3% loan? Well, the banks don't want that because they don't make any money. Mm-hmm. But like the bottom line is you could be able to sell the home. Yeah. 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 Becky Wright, Melody Wright, she's incredible on this and she's really on top of it. But a lot of the problem that I see with people that focus upon a lot of their expertise is, it's sort of like the hammer, it sees nails everywhere. I agree. But something has to be done. And the way we buy and sell homes and what the value of home is incorrect. This man's opinion. Homes should be nothing more than shelter. They should not be investments. You should not expect for Alan to profit on Brent because he's the next generation that needs shelter. This is incorrect. This is not the way you run a civilized society. You need, if you want to make money on money, do it in Wall Street, do it in stocks, because that doesn't cost Brent his life and his family and his living. Again, back to shelter, water, transportation. Those should not carry the value or the investment value of an asset. We've created this massive problem with real estate. It's not shelter any longer. It's investment, and that's not right. That's what I mean by if we could get all the investment mind and strategy towards buying crypto, it doesn't affect anybody's living standards. It's the perfect investment vessel. And I think when Wall Street figures that out and realizes that you and I can, going back to the guy that has 100,000 XRP, he's going to be able to live on the rest of his life off of that. Just the income on it. You know how incredible that is? That doesn't hurt Brent. That doesn't hurt Brent's grandkids at all. They don't need to live in an XRP coin. They don't need to eat XRP coin to exist. And they don't drive an XRP to work. That is what you call deflationary evolution of technology and the understanding of man getting it. When you get that equation, like I talk about it all the time with Brent. We talked about this not long ago when we were driving to Vegas. The deflationary value of entrepreneurs and creative people has been stolen, okay, by the printing of money and the belief of a 2% inflation rate is acceptable. It's been stolen. The net value of everything. Things should be getting, it's what's his name? The Price of Tomorrow, Jeff Booth. Everything should be getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
Yes.
Especially with AI and robots. Everything should constantly be getting cheaper. Not the other way around. Yeah.
Madness.
It is madness.
And it's why tech has been, but not all tech, right? But some tech, the tech that has thrived, the tech that has survived, very deflationary.
Yeah.
Not telling anybody to buy anything, saying, look at it. Look at this did in our lifetime.
That's right.
Crazy. I have my grandma's phone. 6. 7. Oh, I screwed up. I got to do it again. 6.
Yeah, and that coily
thing, you got to pay a bill on it. You got to pay for apps. And you got all this thing, but the advantages and what you can do from a position anywhere. You don't have to be at your desk. You don't have to. The freedom, how many lives it's probably saved. Just the development of the cell phone. Yeah. I mean, I hope like what you're saying, Dad, it saves the psychology of money and trade. And that evolution really, once people get it, once the 100th monkey gets it, and we all start, washing our coconuts down in the stream, that would be pretty cool. Because this thing, that's my favorite part of blockchain is the psychology of how it works, and why it was made, and the deflationary nature of it. And yeah, man, well said. I also think it's the perfect vessel.
It is.
That's why it's easy to sit here and chat about it. It's like this. It's interesting, and it's still in its Genesis chamber.
Hey, man, I just saw your phone and I realized how late it is. I got to roll, man.
Yeah, me too.
I I love being back though, man. Oof.
Yeah, good to have you back, man.
Yeah.
Miss the rotary phones. Hey, much love, crew. Sorry if we didn't get to all the comments today.
Atlantic. I have a show kind of that I'm working on. I kind of wrote it on the road, but there was a show that I promised before I went on the show road trip that I still got to get back to, that I have notes on too. Anyway, we'll see what I come up with. That's a great topic. That would require me giving financial advice.
Oh no!
I know. I like all
that. Oh no!
Right? Yeah. I like.
But you're not a famous economist that has a book out right now.
Yeah.
You mustn't. Thank you, Frankie.
I'm a huge
it's great to have you back, Dad.
Yeah, thanks, Becky. Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to do more on the road. I brought the mini satellite deal, which worked perfectly, by the way. Well, except for the one lightning storm Kenny and I had last Thursday night, but it works really well. We literally were behind the wheel 12 hours a day, and I'm not exaggerating one bit. There was just no time. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ron said this earlier too, Dad. Stoked you're home and loving the puppy.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Very cool.
These puppies, I'm telling you guys, they are the real deal. And I mean, all dogs are great, so I can't say anything bad about somebody else's dog, but this is a good breed, really good breed. There's a guy actually in Alabama, and I mentioned him earlier, and he knew what the breed was, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I can't find any of them, even where they come from, the deep south." And he couldn't find them, and "Oh yeah, I breed blackmouth curs," and he'd go over there and look at it, and look more like a German Shepherd. He's like, "Wait, that isn't a blackmouth cur, man. What are you talking about?" So when he saw our pup, he had 4 to choose from, and he's like, "Oh, these are real, by the way. Yeah, these are real." And I'm like, "Yeah, we know." Yeah,
mm-hmm.
He's probably listening. Jared, he's probably listening. He got a gorgeous male. I mean, I was like, "Wow."
The champion.
And Daisy is Ron's puppy, so I know she's fit, man. They're all girls there at that house. Poor Ron. He's the only male in the whole place. They have these neighbor kids come over, Brent. It's so much fun. They're just playing on the swings and throwing balls around, and it's a dog's paradise. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
Hey, enjoy your retirement, Cheryl. Yeah, this must feel double good being on the weekend right now. Like I'm retired. It's the weekend. I'll have to go back to work tomorrow. Woo!
Yeah.
Happy for you, babe.
Yeah.
Happy for you.
Yeah. There's Jared.
Jared.
There he is. Right on, brother. He's got a cool little place in Alabama. Yeah. Real chill place. And takes the dog down to the creek. And yeah, it's going to be, I'm telling you, it's a real deal. It's a real deal pup. And Goldie's looking better. So, mom's kind of putting on some weight. So she looks better now.
Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of, I got puppies to get back to, gentlemen and ladies.
Have a fantastic Sunday, everybody. Good to have you back, Dad. We will
be back.
Man, I can't wait for Thursday's show. Everybody check out Mr. Ban on Dipito.
Yes, please.
And hopefully we'll get some more content with you and Rob, man. I would love to see that.
Oh, we will.
So
and Ron, I'll be calling you probably tomorrow. Not today. I got too much camper cleaning to do. But Yeah. Thanks,
Really
Becky,
fun.
Nancy, Tony. What'd you have, Brent?
Really fun having guests on the show on Sundays. If you guys ever feel called or possessed, hit us up and jump on here with us. Let's have some fun. Maybe Ron, we can get you at some point with the puppy. Jared?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Fun.
That would be really fun.
Yeah.
All right, crew. Dad?
I'm out.
All right.
I'm out of here.